Hello, hello, and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Yeah, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Here to head pat demons and chew bubblegum, and you're all out of gum. I mean, would you be head patting yourself? Are you trying to pat? Just do one of those? Or guess one of these. Hey, said Eric's welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Props for doing a stream on T-Day. Beats watching football. I'm in Canada. I work today. It was great. It was so productive. I pretty much finished everything. Do you consider eldritch demons? Yes. Isn't it usually called an eldritch demon? Yeah. Is that what? Eldritch isn't just an adjective for the demon. It is a type of demon. Right? Pretty sure how that works. I could be wrong. Eldritch horror? I mean, horror is such a bad word. We prefer to call them demons. Look, I can just search Eldritch Demon and I'll find plenty. See, look. Eldritch Demon. See? Just type of demon. Also, I have no idea what game this is from. But that's irrelevant. It's not the point. The point is Eldritch Demon. Way to be progressive? No, I'm not progressive. I am just normal. Okay, that's a lie. That's a blatant lie, and I can't I can't say that with a straight face. I'm not normal. I'm weird as shit. Ain't nothing normal about me. But I hope you guys have had a lovely day so far. Mine's been pretty good. Today, we're going to be packaging the game. So it'll be a great time for do a Q&A while we're trying to package the game, because it's giving me a lot of anxiety today. Yes. Today's going to be a lot of anxiety. Because it always is anxiety filled when I package the game. Also, I need to go to Easy Game UI. Global config. You need a filter that turns each frame into a normal maps. You're just normal. Yeah, I don't have one of those. If you know where to find one of those, yeah, I'll do it. But yeah, I don't know where to get that. Okay, so we're gonna do one of these, which makes it and we're gonna update our version. This is going to be our December 2025 version pre-alpha. Should I not call it pre-alpha, or should I call it... I guess it is pre-alpha. Also, what do you mean you don't ask the Steam art yet? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You don't ask the Steam art yet. Yeah, I have no idea. So if we play now, move myself. December 2025. Yay! Okay. Hey, Blue Seeker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. An audience with Gabe? The Gabe? I mean, I don't think I'm worthy. That man bought a yacht that is more money than I will have made in my entire lifetime combined. That's... I can only dream of numbers that big. The only way I'll ever get numbers that big is if I go to Japan and convert my life savings through all of history and in the future to yen. Then maybe we'll get there. Or I go to somewhere else where it has even worse conversions. Or gets better for me in the numbers department. That's the only way I'll see numbers that high. Weapon damage is good. Okay, that's always something I forget to set up. Okay. Let's package. Why is it here? Packaged. You have some ideas, but none of them are legal. That's always the problem, you know. None of the good things are ever legal. I'm trying to think of a single thing that is illegal that is a good thing that I'd want to do. Hold on, I'll think of something. Chew gum in Singapore, but I guess that's not here. I think I read that you can't chew gum in public Singapore or something like that. I could be wrong. It's been so long since I heard that debatable if that was even ever true. Yeah, I don't know a single thing. But now we wait for that fun thing. Just how are you guys doing? Duke Nukem is not allowed in Singapore after the last game. They came out for Duke Nukem. He's not allowed anywhere. God. I pirated that game because that was during the time when I had no money. And I didn't even make it like 2 hours in. I spent like maybe 30 minutes or an hour in. It was so bad, I put it down. So bad. Just kill a franchise. I mean, I say that like I've never played a Duke Nukem game, so I was looking forward to a Duke Nukem game. Duke Nukem Forever. But Like, but you one you played was from the 90s? Hey, more than me. I didn't play that. Yeah, my only experience is a little bit of Duke Nukem Forever, which is horrible. But that's okay. I don't know if they'll ever revive a franchise that's had a shitty game. I feel like a shitty game in the franchise means they never try again, which is unfortunate. A goofy take on Quake, you would call it? The best game of that style that I liked was Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament was so much fun. Oh, Battlefield? I don't really play those kind of games, so I've never played a single Battlefield. I don't think I've owned Call of Duty, but like when I was in college and like this was during the Modern Warfare 2 days, I think. Or like just people had that game. Like I played that when I came over to people's places. Have you done all the Steam art yet? No, because I haven't put my game on Steam and I don't have medium plans to put it on Steam. Hey, Polyol, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Trying to get a job at Epic for tech artist. You worked on stuff like Tron Ares. You want to see if you could check your portfolio out off stream for feedback? Probably not. Probably not off stream. Don't have much time. And I'd feel awkward doing that off stream for one person, because then I feel like everyone's gonna ask. So I don't want to single anyone out to be like, oh yeah, I'll do it for you, but all of a sudden everyone else is like, nah, so I'm gonna have to decline. Just from that, unfortunately. You prefer Unreal over Unreal Tournament, but that's because you're not really competitive. I only played single player Unreal Tournament. I never played those game multiplayer. Those games were so much fun single player. Hey, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do not update to 5.7, man. You won't recommend it at all. Wait for 5.7.1. What's the problem with 5.7? What's going on in 5.7 that's a big problem? You're welcome, Polyhole. If you want to like strip out any like if you want to make a video where or you know whatever and strip out all your personal information, like I can react to that on stream. I don't have a problem with that. Like especially right now considering I'm just packaging. But you're doing good. Had a nice visitor earlier in your stream. Nice. It's good to have good visitors. They're like assholes like me. You made the mistake and now you can't create/edit landscapes anymore? You can't create or edit landscapes? That's not good. I'm not doing anything with landscapes, but interesting. Hey Isaac, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You saw this level on sale in Fab? Well, not this level, probably this pack. Yeah, this pack is great. Landscape blending is broken. Oof. This is... I forget what this pack is called. It is called... isometric world, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one. I can't see how much it is right now because I own it. But that's what I have. I guess what I can do is open it in a private window. See the price. It is currently $21.03 or for regular and $63.11 for the professional. $43.03 from $42.06. What else does this person have? Out of curiosity, anything of that style? No, everything else is very different. I was curious. I was like, does he have anything else of that style? Nope. Not even a little bit. Not even remotely close. Yeah, this one, I got it for free, so I never knew what the price was. Yeah, this was for one of the free for the month stuff a while back. Is update to 5.7 working fine? Are you doing anything with landscapes out of curiosity, Isaac? Yeah, no, I'm not the one selling it. I'm just using it. But you made the level PCG does not make blocks, does not make geo. Yeah, I make the levels in terms of like doing layouts and things of that nature. But I don't create the models that I'm throwing out with PCG. PCG is just a point scatter. PCG doesn't make models and textures and everything. If you have models and textures, yeah, you could spread them out with PCG. Yeah. But if you've asked this recently, if the anime style you want, nice. Yeah, I bought. Do I still have the stuff open? It's packaging anyway. This. So I bought all of these effects recently with a sale going on. So I bought this mostly for these kind of effects for a lightning weapon. Then I bought some cool... all of these are effects. Cool water and ice effects to make a weapon that focuses on that kind of stuff. A bunch of AoE ground effects, which look really nice. A flamethrower, because we need to get an update to ours, and a few other variations of it. More lightning stuff, which all looks cool. And then a linked lightning or linked effects, which are pretty nice. And a bunch of different projectiles. Yeah, that's what I grabbed. With the sales, I think everything was like $70 overall. You haven't modified the landscape? Don't tell me it's not working. You just updated the whole project. I have no backup. You have been working for almost a year on this game. Or you have no hold on, what do you mean you have no backup? Are you not using version control? Okay, you are using version control. Yeah, okay. Take it out. Check now, so that way you can revert sooner rather than later if you needed to. I'm not using any landscapes for me. I mean, what I can do is after this packages, I can load up 5.7 and see if I can just create a landscape and just sculpt on it. Found a good shader called Celeste shader, and does the shaders better than what you set up by far. And there's always going to be something better. You could just recreate it. Landscape painting is not working anymore. People are using Substrate as a workaround, but I don't think that's a good idea at all. Right, 5.7 freaking is Substrate. If I update to 5.7, should I be turning on Substrate then? That is going to be the default going forward. I haven't touched Substrate at all. You do line art better because you calculate to the nearest pixel. Interesting. Tried almost everything and it was working really good. The whole new BCG and everything. Yeah, BCG stuff works. I found a bug with the spline version. You cannot change the spacing between the points. I already notified Adrian. Hopefully that will be a 0.1 fix. You don't need Substrate. I know you don't need it. You don't need to use Substrate, but that is the default. If you make a new project in 5.7, it becomes Substrate. And if that becomes the new default, it might be good to transition to Substrate sooner rather than later if I plan to continue to update to new versions. From that point of view. Yeah. Blending nodes are not working. People are enabling Substrate to use the landscape blending. Oh, so hold on. Does it work with if you turn on Substrate? Does all the landscape stuff work as normal, but just not with the old non-Substrate version? If you update the project, it is not enabled by default because it is your project settings, whatever you had, because you already started with the project, you just updated it. But if you make a new project right now, Substrate is enabled by default. As far as what I read, I haven't actually looked. But I'm sure if I make a new project right now, instead of updating it, from my understanding, Substrate is the new default, from what I read. Under Azure 5 roadmap. It is enabled by default, yes, if I so. Thanks, Proxy, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Yeah, Substrate. Production ready and enabled by default in UE 5.7. I don't know how I feel about the whole Substrate system, mostly because I'm not used to them. Mostly in the, like, right, we've been used to PBR being, right, metallic, roughness and all that, and now you have different things. So I wish they just changed it under the hood without changing the names and everything. Enable and disable Substrate, didn't break any material. At least that seems to be working as intended. Good. Yeah, Substrate is its. I'll quickly just search. So this is Substrate. It has like F0 and F90. which, can I just say, are the worst names in existence? Can I just... Can we do we agree on this? F0 and F90 should not be inputs on a material. I don't care if that is a technical thing and it makes sense. Make it artist friendly. Don't make it programmer friendly. You want it artist friendly. Also, I don't know why there's a second roughness and second roughness weight. Subsurface is just here, but I don't know if that needs to be enabled. But yeah, so metallic is now, instead of metallic, it's F0 and F90. Couldn't tell you. The main thing is, as long as the layered material stuff still all works with substrate, like, and has no issues, then we're fine. As long as you can still turn substrate to MPR looks, it will not complain. It's more powerful. Last I checked, this was a while ago, substrate was also more expensive. It was more powerful, but it was more expensive. So, to be fair also, I've never once ever had an environment not perform because of the material. Like, even when I've done complicated layered materials, that has never been the reason the frame rate drops. So, probably fine. When you're a solo developer, it's hard to learn new systems, just like that. First try, package complete success? That never happens. If you already know something that is working, it's kind of hard. There's YouTube videos. Like everything new in Unreal, Lumen and Nanite, better, but more expensive. Yeah, that's just why I want to do baking, but freaking GPU baking, because the person who was doing GPU left Unreal is having issues since 5.5. So it's like, way more expensive. It's only for realistic stuff. First roughness is the specular roughness, but what exactly is the second one? Isometric? Yeah, I have no idea. You love that sound so much? Yeah, that's a good sound. The other one gives me anxiety. Because it's like, the other one's like, okay, fuck, what did it do? What's the problem? Okay. Let's test it. Packaged. Hold on. Zip it. Let's zip it first, and then we do this. You have to work a lot on optimization on your in the next couple of days. Your game is running at a 33 FPS on a 3090. And what resolution? 33 FPS on a 3090, right? Could be great or could be terrible, depending if you're running it at 8K or 16K or at 480p.
That's all her cousin for.
A great DTS audio. Aired out. Exited with error 6. I've had other issues. The worst one is unknown error. God, that one's terrible. Do you have any idea when is the PCG EX team doing? Oh, Have you not heard, Isaac? I'll talk about that after the ads. It's 3.5 gigs now. About the PCG. Have you not heard? Hold on. No, I haven't. You haven't heard. Hold on, hold on. Don't worry, I'll catch you up. Because there was actually something I wanted to grab Fab for as well in 5.7 to try out. If not Fab, try to get PCGX for as well. But so this is from 11.16. I just want to point that out, okay? 11.16 was about over a week and a half ago. Hey there, sorry for the message here. I'm completely running out of options. Develop your plugin that's been distributed on Fab for about a year. It's been stuck for 3 weeks now. It's like the admin is bricked. You try to update it and just says in draft with no error message. For those that don't know, Tim here. Okay, that looks like a dick. That's unintentional. Tim here is the developer of PCG-EX. The reason I bring this up, this is in one of Epic's official Discords. But he submitted that thing 3 weeks prior to 11.16. It's been over a month since he's finished it. It's ready. It's been submitted, or at least he's been trying to submit it. And he's failed. So, yes, he's been trying. Like, he's gone as far as it's gone as far as him making a bug report issue on the official forums. Yep, it has 33 votes. So, yeah. He's trying. It's been done for over a month. It's been ready for over a month. Fab just gave you the big middle finger, basically. Because Fab is hot garbage. And I will still stand to that to this day, since the beginning when Fab launched. Why is it such hot garbage? I'm sorry, but it is. So, just wanted to bring you up to speed that Tim has updated it. As far as I know, if you join his Discord, I believe he has a link to the to it on GitHub, I believe, but you would need to compile it or something yourself, and you can get it that way. I am not smart, so I don't do that. But since most people use it through Fab, because that is the most convenient way normally. Yep. 35 days without fix so far. Yakotaro, by the way, mentioned that the reason he was so quiet recently was all his games being canceled mid-development. Who is Yoko Sorry for my ignorant question. Who is Yoko I'm not good with names. Especially with developers. I don't know any developer names pretty much. Subtrays only enabled by default if you create a new if you're updating a new one, yeah. Your favorite is Windows unexpected error occurred. That means the rest were expected. Let's load up the game and see how things are. Last video you made using the spline with the filter node. You have like that in. You have that in like 10 different things. So you have to wait. Yeah, I basically sit down with Tim, like, hey, like, show me stuff, teach me stuff, and I can then, you know, basically through him teaching me, I can make tutorials for you guys. I'm not good with BCGX. It is extremely large, and you really have to understand very many concepts in it because it's a big system. It's not like a node. It's like, okay, you have to do it its way because, right, instead of just going with points, you now have to deal with clusters and, you know, paths and all that. Just fine, but I need his help. And right now with 5.7 being the way it is, it definitely won't happen until after 5.7 is on Fab. Why is it so hard to get a job these days? Like, you have to give up on that like a year ago and just went to indie. What job specifically are you referring to, first of all? And what level of said job? Is it a junior, mid, senior position? Past that? Yokotaro is the guy behind Nier. Ah. I'm sorry to hear that his games were getting canceled mid-development. I played Nier Automata. I haven't played the second one ever. That was the only one I played. It was alright. Like, to me, what Nier was just alright. My main problem with Nier stemmed with the enemies were all basically the same. They're all the same robots in just bigger, smaller. Like, it got a little repetitive. I finished it. And then, like, the entire time I was like, I wish I could make my character have long hair. And then at one point, I got to play, swap to the character that has long hair. And you freaking cut it off in the opening cinematic for that character. And I was like, I hate you. I was so annoyed. You still try to figure out the exact difference between vertex and edge? Because both are they're not even vertex and edge. They're both points. It's just how they're displayed, which makes it more confusing, I feel like. Because they are, like, if you just do a regular debug, you will see that they are just points. The only difference is they've been filtered out automatically for you. So it's already been split into two different ones, but otherwise they are just points under the hood. It will preview them differently, but otherwise they're points. It's complicated. I know. How do you share a link to your reel without your info? It doesn't have the Tron stuff because that's locked on your website. Yeah, it's fine. You would need to do it in the Discord because, or assuming it's a YouTube link, you can just give me the end part of it, of that YouTube link. You know, the letters. Oh, there's a Discord. Yes, there's a Discord. But then it would be visible for everyone. That's working. I mean, I should be able to do a load just fine, but oh, there, that probably works. Assuming I know how to put it in a thing. Hold on, let me just open a random video. And then I know, okay, it needs to be put in here. The whole watch V. Okay, you just confirming you have removed your personal info here, right? If I pull this up on stream, we're not gonna dox you. I want the confirmation one more time. I just funny want to do an absolute debug view and all points are outside, but do an extended. It looks like what you expect. Yeah. Be brutal and honest. You're used to taking critique. Good. Okay. Let's see this. Okay, modeling, lighting, screen shader effects, sequencer animations for cinematics. Hold on. Okay. So you didn't do the animation for this, then? What is understanding from this? Or does screen shader effects mean the motion graphics? Because if that's all of this stuff, I mean, I might put motion graphics here. Also, is this your best piece? Just keep in mind, you want your best piece first. I haven't seen the rest, so I can't say that's... Let's see. Fake. Oh, it's Fernell. Why is it called Fernell? Oh, Fernell Angle. I guess, yeah, it's Fernell Angle. Although you do have it on both sides there. His feed was more interesting. I'm gonna look through this first. BCG ins. Oh, was that BCG instance to actors for optimizations? I mean, that's just called using instanced actors. I think that you're making this sound more than it is. But you just use instanced actors, and then he does that for you, right? This is before the plugin. Then I would take it out at this point. But I'll get to it. It is too long already. I'll tell you that. No one's gonna be here. At this point, most people will click out. So I'll finish it so you can see it all. But
I love, I love, I love, I love, I love.
okay. So first of all, way too long. Right. First of all, it is way too long. Second of all, I don't think this should be your first piece. I feel like if you were going for a motion graphics position, this would be a great piece to start with. But it sounds like you're not going for motion graphics. Because this is really showing motion graphics more than anything else. Or like you can do motion graphics, UI, like that kind of stuff. I think all of that would fit here. It's good, but I don't think it's like first one. The next one here, you're changing one value. So here we started almost at the basically at the beginning of 9 seconds, and for for 4 to 5 seconds, you've changed one value. Don't do that. Don't change just one value over 4 or 5 seconds. Go quick. Show everything it can do. Instead of one value, if you want to show your material, it's cool that you could change the direction of it, but you have other controls, or if that is the only thing you have, I would drop it. You'll need to drop some things because again, it's too long. But if you're doing like showing you can do materials, like show you can do materials with a bunch of different stuff. The next one here, right? You have a layer material. You're showing you can do tinting, right? That's basically what you've done here. Is just you're tinting it. That's not impressive. Multiply by color, you got a tint. You have a bunch of layered stuff. Great. Show how you control and make it interesting using that system that isn't just changing a value or changing a color. Show what makes your layered setup powerful and very like user-friendly, things of that nature. Maybe even throw in that this can also work with vertex paint and throw some vertex paint on this thing. 1 minute is roughly what you want to do in length. Yep. You could do 2, but it needs to be like really solid 2. Or like yeah, it needs to be like then more professional work for 2. So for this, again, this one is the straight. These are both material ones. This can all be done on one thing, and then when you show the material, do different things. I'll show mine. I have a material system I set up in my demo reel. The last one I did doesn't mean it's very good, but I can show what I did afterwards. So yeah, don't do just like a color change. This is nice, right? You see how you're changing things? You're rotating there a little too much, but you saw how you right? You changed a bunch of values there, and you quickly showed, okay, you can do length, you can do how far out, you can change the color. That was great. Rotation, a little bit confusing. I don't know what you were showing with the rotation here. Like, the fact that it's always faces up, you don't need to rotate that much. You could rotate 9 degrees and in a quick movement and be done, and just add more, like, hey, what else you can do? This is cool, but this doesn't tell much because, right, you can't really look into this, so it nice, but take it or leave it, personally. But you don't have much to go on in screen anyway, so I guess it's a good use of screen. So based on, if I was just saw here, right, up to the first effectively 28 seconds plus your intro card, it'll probably be the first 30 seconds. From the first 30 seconds, I'm assuming that you are into motion graphics and materials. You're in that kind of stuff. So, right, based off that, 30 seconds is a lot of times the most someone will watch your reel. So from those first 30 seconds, I now assume, okay, you got some material and really like some nice motion graphics work. I don't think it's what you're going for. You can show all that knobbing in a detailed breakdown. Always recommendation too, because it shows you understand what you're doing and not just following tutorials. So writing detailed breakdown can be essential. Yeah, it could be. Now this is actually, this starts to be, here is where this starts to be more, I feel like, tech art. But here you see, have tree hit wobble, positions and direction influenced. So this, right, what this says effectively tells me that you have just made the system for the tree and nothing else. You might have done this, but like not the animation, not the environment. You've done the system for the tree. Was it just the system for the tree, or did you do all the other stuff surrounding it too? Because if we go just off this, I'm looking at the tree only. And that's a nice effect. You did everything except the leaves. Okay, then you should state that. You should say, like, full environment work, except effects. You could say except FX, just FX, make it short. Plus, like, tree chopping system, or, you know, like something like this. You don't need to say tree hit wobble specifically. We see that, right? When this happens, when the wobble happens, all of this happens, we see what's happening. So you don't need to specify this here. You should specify what did you do, so the viewer knows, okay, what are we looking at here? Based off of this, I'm assuming that you just did the tree. Not the animations, not anything else, just the tree. So specify as such. Okay. But this is good. I don't know what the speed is, by the way. I of the tree. If you can show the controls of the tree, that would be amazing to make this actually like more like show how it can bend. Like if it's a modifier, you can just slide back and forth, just show, hey, you can, this is what you can control on it. That would be great, because that seems interesting, and I'd want to see more probably than the little bit compared to just showing that you can hit from a different angle. It's nice, but right. This next one, this right here, custom depth stencil with pattern, occlusion masking, and tree trunk fading, unline trace. Really, right, unline trace. All cool, but nothing super special, because I know YouTube tutorials that show this, how to do this. So, right, from my point of view, if I'm looking to hire, I immediately could spot that, hey, I know I can find a tutorial for this on YouTube right now that shows me exactly how to do this. So don't have it on, don't have something on your reel that very clearly is just potentially a tutorial that you have followed. I'm not saying that that's what you did, but if that is all it would take to recreate it, it needs to be a little more. All right, same with the culling of the leaves, right? I know the tutorials for that. I've watched them so much. This is cool, but that's so fast. So this one's I would drop, but this, you move something, you put the word loop in there, and all of a sudden you're in a map. And I think you like it. That needs to be explained better. So maybe what you should do is, if this is what the map, and you put a new location down, if that's what you did, because it was so hard to tell. If that's the case, in here, you want to show this. You want to like circle that there's nothing there, like where you're putting a new location down, and then you want to put a new location as you did, and then show that here it appears. And then here you can see, you could like now teleport to it or whatever it is. This needs longer time to explain what it is that's happening. I think the system is potentially really cool, but it goes so fast that I don't actually know what happened. Create an actor that gets added to a teleport list for level design and testing. That's cool. You need to, it's all going so fast, I have no time to read this. Just to be clear. Maybe like okay, let's kind of explain here. It's not, because I don't have time. If this was like a longer thing, what this should tell you is just, what did you do? The video should show how things work. So this should be like, you know, created you out of everything on the screen, what part of it did you do? Created you know, quick teleport system or quick travel system. That could be the bottom system. And then here you show, okay, here's the locations and everything. So the video is supposed to show exactly what you did and how you did it, basically. And this just says the main thing we're looking at. We'll continue after that. I didn't talk. Well, I didn't say anything. Goddamn DDS. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna try restart speaker bot again. Yeah, let's just continue your usual stream if you want. Just happy you got this feedback so far. Sorry about that. Oh, you're fine. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't have done it. Let me just get this. This is now, right? We both know that this is now a built-in system. So it is not that interesting. This also, unless you're going for an animation position, this is not very useful. This is cool, but unless you're trying to go for a rigger or animator or something like that, right? It's not. Also, that hurts my eyes. That right there hurts my eyes. That zoom in and then. So like all of that, I think the part that you want to be looking at is right here. But what percentage of the screen is this? And this is, so I would, if you want to show like a that you can do like a bunch of like monitor type effects, make a cool, like put a bunch of TVs and just have different effects in all of them. And just be like, and then just down here, just like create like TV effects, you know, right? So you just have one big thing of like a bunch of them. Maybe like, and then they would be bigger on screen as well because there's not like a super large amount of them. Because right now they're too tiny and you have to zoom in, which when you zoom in, especially on this hurts my eyes. It's high contrast and my eyes are not happy. And if someone's eyes are not happy, they're clicking away. They're closing it. You have a lot of material stuff. I have no idea what I was supposed to look at here, even with the description. First discovery, material layer effect. If it's this just looks like noise on top of an object. I would drop it. So if you're showing that you can rig, that's great. I would show the rig and then show it animated right after. This is, I was very confused when I saw this one, because this one is, yeah, you fractured it and then you expanded it, which is built into Unreal. So I was very confused on what did you do that is unique. It shows that you know how to click the fracture button and then click the expand amount. Remove it. So this should come after the rigging to show that animations. Assuming you don't have any better animations. One thing that threw me off is, why is that light off? You see how it's sparkling? It's on the head. Why'd the sparkle go off? It throws it, the sparkle's back. I noticed that. Also, again, bomb shader means the only thing you've done here is the material for the bomb. You didn't do the animations. You didn't do the environment. You didn't do the throw. You just did the material and then the explosion. I assume you've done more. We're back to materials again. What are we? I'm looking here and I'm seeing it get blurrier. Okay, the only thing I saw change when you started this segment is things got blurrier. So I think you're showing depth, trying to do depth of field. I think there was a not helping. Drop it. If you cannot tell immediately what's happening, drop it. This is, again, is cool, but custom world UI shaders with spline-based procedural testing system. I don't know what a procedural testing system is. This is custom world UI shaders. Did you create the landscape and materials? They would say create landscape environment. Did you do these? You can say create landscape environment and motion graphics and ship motion graphics on path or on navigation path with navigation system. Drop this entire thing. It's cool, it's silly, but this end part does not show any of your work and does not help you. It's running time. And again, the main thing is you want it to be shorter and just focused. Yeah. And then obviously less of a fade out, but then you show your info and all that at the beginning, at the end. Yeah. So that's where what I would do. Question for you now. Can I make a video of this and post it on my channel to inform other people about potentially, obviously just edited version of the stream, but I want to get your permission before I decide to do that. And then I can also find yeah, absolutely. Okay. You're good at taking a hint. You love the feedback. Well, good. Glad it helped. I'll go find. My demo reel. I think I made slight changes to it after. But this is the one that doesn't have my info at the end. So, the hell did I call it? Let me go searching for it. Okay. Oh, my demo reel's from like April 29th, 2024. That gives me a date at least I can search for. Hold on. Just go full screen to find it. It'll be easier. Okay. So this is my demo reel. I think I made slight changes to this. Mine's a 2 minute. This is a minute 40. 2 minutes with my end card and my start card. So this is just the in between. So, right, start off the bat. All it says here, Trill Cave on LED wall. This is what the name of it. What did I do? Modular pool assets, custom material system, and layout. Torch and candle, simulated lighting system for performance. I'll move myself. So, right, on the bottom here, this just says, what did I do? Out of everything that I'm looking at here, I did this. Right, so I did like all of this back stuff, right? I did all of that. Right, next one. Again, name of the thing. It doesn't have to all have names. What I do, I modular spikes, rock cliffs, asset cleanup, and optimization. This is, I threw in here because I wanted to have another movie thing. Right, so I did a cleanup on the stuff. So here's the, I'll move myself like over here. So this is the material system I had at the time. Again, advanced layer material system. Control the material per layer, including how each layer blends with each other, disable blending per layer, and more. Again, just brief description. What did I do? And now, you know how I said just show a bunch of stuff? Here's like a bunch of stuff that it can do. Here's all the different blending. I tried to go as quickly as possible. Hey, yeah, I have UV controls. I have offset and blending controls, fade controls, intensity, tiling, right? I just try to go through all the different kinds. Here, I just show that it can do different blends, right? I just basically went super quick. Just show that it moves, show what changes, and visually you can quickly see without looking at what I'm changing, what is being modified just by looking at here. Now, again, I'm not saying like this is like the amazing demo reel. I think it's not. But, hey Leo, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. But this is kind of the thing, if you want to show the material, this is how I would do it. Right? Just here, I just show they can do different modes. Here, this is my PCG 5.3 building system. Obviously very outdated at this point. I mean, this was 5.3. But, right, again, procedural building using PCG. Building using UE5 procedural conjuration with interior, room breakup, and isolation. Quick description, what is it? And now you can see, hey, again, second one, modular building assembly using PCG. Quickly assemble building using modular assets, automatically moves any overlapping impossible pieces. So we know what we're looking at here. Now I show that, okay, I can randomize it. If I move things over, things adjust. And then here, I show once I put it, I show that, hey, it doesn't have any kind of like overlapping or any kind of issues with that. Could have been a little bit better. This is a very early game version of my game. But again, this shows that, hey, I've done some game stuff as well, like actual like game stuff with abilities. 3D to 2D, a directional sprite workflow, collect synergistic power-ups, procedural dungeon generation. Fun thing here, I didn't make the procedural dungeon generation. I'm using procedural dungeon generation. But that's not clarified there. If I ever get the interview, that would be clarified. Alright. It shows that, hey, I know animations. I have a potentially interesting workflow with this. I know how to do some effects. I can do, right. So that was my demo reel. The one that it got me 2 interviews and 1 job from those 2 interviews. I mean, just enough interviews if it gets you the job. So I mostly wanted to show the show it because of the material system, so you have a reference of how to potentially show off your material system. Yep. You love when you use gas and it works, or just getting more advanced at it? Nice. Just not coding side? Nice. It's always great when things just work. Like this. This packaged first try, and it was awesome. The material layer system, par's good eating. Yeah. Yeah. Happy to help. Ooh, look at that. Okay. We're in here. This is all working. Let me because I don't want double music, audio. Also, why does it look like this? Probably because graphics are on, I think, not an ultra. Let's put that on ultra. Oh, much better. That looks much more beautiful. We're not some plebs who's gonna be doing this low garbage on them. That seems like it's all working, which is great. All right, all the cutting things out. Yeah. Speaking of layers, you should layer yourself between the mattress and the blanket. Have a good night. Get some sleep, get some rest. Today you changed how the previous system worked, which was hard-coded values for gameplay effects. Now it's slightly less hard-coded, and you set up set by callers for everything. What is a set by caller? That sounds fancy, but what is it? Okay, let's go actually in the dungeon, make sure it loads. And we can use our abilities. Yep, loaded fine, nice and quick. Yeah, all work. Yep. Yeah, nice and quick. Nice. I feel like I need now bigger packs of mobs, or like here we have 2 packs, but that's for later me to figure out. Also, these guys that shoot multiple projectiles, I gotta figure out what to do with them, because they're too easy to hit the player. It's way too easy for them to hit the player. And they shoot from way too far away. So we'll need to figure that out. Okay. This is working. Let's see if I pick up the object. Will be there. So, yay. Grab that. Yep. I need to set up a system where when I pick this up, the E disappears. So I need to make that like an actor component, basically. Ooh, this is the new one that we made. This is the one that we finished yesterday. So now when I'm not trying to find this this map, yep, this is the one we just made yesterday. or this room, or whatever you want to call it. We get it immediately. But seems like things are working. You know what I just thought about? I have collected cards here. I might want, I do want to now also see collected cards, discarded cards, and cards in deck. I want tabs. I want to be able to, during a dungeon run, I want to see what is left in my deck, which cards were discarded, so that way which cards are available potentially in the shop. And then maybe like completely burned cards, or like cards that will never come back. I think that would be a good system to add. And we might do that next month first. So in Gas, there are multiple ways to set a value. You can have a scalable float, hard-coded value by attribute. It references an attribute value via float table or set by color, which basically allows you to assign a gameplay tag / float map to any gameplay effect and have it take those values. Why? Explain to me how that is a hard-coded value compared to another value that's not hard-coded. Why? It sounds like it's a variable. So why is a variable? I mean, variables can be set and not, so it's not really hard-coded, is it? Or am I not understanding the whole hard-coded part there? Instead of your status effect durations being static, hard-coded, scalable float, it's now set by color. So you can now dynamically change it at runtime to any value you want it to be. Yeah, I don't fully understand. What I mean is set by color. That still doesn't explain what set by color is. You do things like cooldown reduction / increase or duration reduction / increase now on anything. I mean, you can already just add or subtract from a float. But probably I'm probably not understanding something. I'm glad one of you guys suggested putting an effect in front of this. It makes it a lot easier to tell that it probably is something more than just an environment backgrounds thing. When you teleport, they also fall in. I'm so gonna die though. So I take a lot of damage, and that's probably me just being bad and not dodging ever and trying to take this quickly. I have realized that because I'm dead. Currency collected. Ooh, that's a problem. Let me check if I actually got those on death. Oh no, I don't collect those on. No, I should. Oh, okay, good. I still got them. They're just not displaying inside of inside of the game over screen. But it seems like it's all working, which is great. I'm very happy about that. Basically, the scalable float means that you directly set it on the gameplay effect. Set by color listens for a specific tag and its true value from the gameplay tag / float map upon creation. So whenever you want to update that value, you update the set by color float value. So you're just updating a map that has a gameplay tag with a value, right? I mean, you might be a... Yes, okay. So the same thing I'm doing. But effectively, right, you're just updating a float by gameplay tag. That's how you know which one it is, so yeah. And you can propagate via function. You know what I wish you could do? I wish you could call a function. Update. Good thing the update came after I packaged. Oh yeah. Once this finishes, let's. I'm actually genuine about that because the packaging went without a hitch, so which is great. Let me open up 5.7 because earlier was mentioned that there were some issues with landscapes. I wish I could call a function by name. Hello, face after face. So maybe Unreal version? Hey, Loki Game Dev, you can? How? How do I run a function? Wait. How do I run a function from a name, but just by having the name of it? And don't tell me I can switch on string and plug that in, because that's not what I mean. I wanted to just automatically do it. Set event, set time event by name. Okay, let me rephrase the question then. How do I run a function in a component by name? Because that will work if the function exists on the thing that you want. But what if the function is inside of an actor component? Then I guess you would need to also have an option that specifies which component it needs to use, or what thing it needs to use. So you would need the name of the function, and then where the function is located, and then you switch based on where it's located, and then you do a event by name. Yeah, that's genius. Yeah, that's genius. I've never thought of doing that way.
IDSIA here, posing for IDS.
What am I trying to achieve? This could kill the need for any switch on my abilities. When I pick up a power-up, I can just eliminate any need for, like, for the custom things, any need to do a switch on gameplay tag. I can just tell it to be, like, run this function, basically. Or run this in a component. And I'll just do it. Yeah. The only thing that concerns me potentially is me at one point just renaming a function and then breaking things. It's the only thing that's like, maybe I shouldn't. Well, they're inside. Yes, they require all that. They're inside my actor component typically. That's on the player and everything. You can also execute command line with that one, from my understanding, is not good, low key, because that one is equivalent to doing a get all actors of class in terms of performance hit. I know about that one though. That's how I run things on the LED walls. Like if we need to trigger doors opening on demand and things of that nature, that's how we do it. But that is equivalent to doing get all actors of class and then running the functions from that. Hold on. Let's go to edit project settings. The substrate. This project was made inside of the preview build, which is why substrate wasn't enabled. I might do it. I might do it that way. We'll see. There is one thing that there is one setup that I wonder if it's possible to use function delegates somehow. Not sure. All the functions won't be able to have inputs. The ones that I need to run wouldn't have inputs anyway. No, that's not true. Some of them have inputs. Yeah. The running function by name wouldn't work because it would need, some of them need inputs. Most don't. I'd say 90% don't, and then some do. You could do a custom, like for the remaining ones, you could do a switch on gameplay tag for those. Unreal? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Preparing shaders. Just waiting for it to finish. Okay. So let's start with basic level. Landscape. Very basic landscape. So sculpting works fine. Okay. Does Unreal have a landscape material? There's the PCG one. There is one for PCG in the PCG biomes. Hello, Mr. Hussein. Welcome in. What kind of game are you working on? A deck building roguelike with 2D characters and Binding of Isaac style power up systems where it's all stacks. I still haven't watched episode 4, Leo. But right now, this is not the game. I'm just doing a quick test for 5.7. Someone said there's issues with landscape painting. So I want to just do one of these, and then actually, you know, do I need to open up? Is this one? No. Do I need to open the biome one? Actually, just open. I guess I could just paint it in the biome sample and test that. But I want to test it at a new level. Oh dear God. Why is the sun level so damn high? It's like the sun is just way overblown in this thing. No, it was this one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So, wait. Why do we see 3 here? So I can paint here. All right, this pork paint works. If we go... No, don't save anything. I don't want to save any of that. Right. I create it. And then we'll go assign the same material. Paint. There are currently no target layers assigned to this landscape. Use the buttons above. Okay. Sure. We'll just go ahead and make one here under content. That's fine. Why we have no info? Why do we have no info for this? What happened? Normally you just normally just create it and then you're good. Does it have to be set up differently now in 5.7? Is that the problem? Oh, you have to click create layers from assigned materials. Yes, delete. Delete. And then you have... Oh, God. Why? Why, Unreal? Jesus Christ. Okay. So you have to click this button. Add. And now... Yeah, I can totally paint. Why is there no fall off? Where's the fall off? I have fall off at max. I guess it's because, you know what? It's probably because there's no material assigned here. That's why. So if I just did a... Where's the flood? There has to be a flood. Okay, let's do one of these. Okay, no, it works. It works. Okay, no, it works fine. No, there was someone earlier was mentioning that I forget who. I don't know if they're still here. They were mentioning that the 5.7 landscape paint wasn't working. So I wanted to confirm that 5.7's paint is working fine. So I think just the way you have to do it is different. You have to press this button and then it creates the materials for you. So yeah, I just wanted to confirm that it's all fine because I mentioned in the title that I'm going to update to 5.7. They're like, don't do it. Hey, Stormon, hello, Elba. How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. We're working on a game similar to Need for Speed from late 90s, but using a custom game engine. Nice. Best of luck. You're making a new scientific theory that breaks the world into history. Oh boy, what is it? But cool. Landscapes are fine. Seems like no, that's not an issue. Well, at least from what I could see, painting it seems fine. One thing that I'm not understanding though, hold on, go back to landscape. Why is it... Has this always been this case? Where... Go to unlit mode. So if I paint this, do one. Okay, so we have lighter there, and then I can do... Right, I cannot paint the shore on this. I have to erase the... Why am I still seeing it? I'm at tool strength 1. Is it because of a fall off? Why am I still seeing a difference in materials? Right, I have to erase this material to actually see what's... But if I have this on here, the other ones stay no matter what. Has this always been like this? Am I crazy? But I feel like it was always like... Was it always like this? I don't use... also, why does it say Wade Blending Legacy? I'm literally using... I'm literally using the one built into the PCG section. Oh, whatever. It all works. Whatever. Let's not question it. Let's you're paying the layer, not the RGB. Yeah, paying the layer. A comet hit Earth in a northwest motion and split Pangea and caused a great flood all in one event. Basically, Tartaria and Atlantis and stuff were real and have evidence contributed. But I guess that makes you a conspiracy theorist now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I still should. Yeah, I don't use landscapes enough to remember if this is normal. I think it's normal. So anyway, it's going on your resume. Go for it. Okay. I'm gonna save any of that. I'm going to make a commit of my project before I update it right now to 5.7. Pre 5.7 upgrade. I've been using diversion. It's been great. Yeah. So then what we'll do, because we're going to be updating to 5.7, is I'm going to make a backup of it. Not the package folder, not the save, not the intermediate, not the cache. Grab everything else though. This is just in case. This is just in case if it fails or something happens, I have the backup of the diversion and a local copy backup as well. Yeah, Leo, yeah. It's been a while since I painted it. I didn't remember if it was like Photoshop layers or not, but it also seemed like you could see the other layers below it, no matter, even when I painted the top one at full strength, which was weird. But I don't know what's underneath the hood. Maybe it actually is only one, and it's just looking like that. I don't know. It was weird. You've been doing a lot of animations for your Pokemon. Finally got working. Nice. Congrats. Upload your project within 5.7 automatically makes a copy of it. No. Yeah, it gives you the option to automatically make a copy of it, but I don't want to make a copy of it because that would mean that I'm making a copy myself basically, because that would mean it's making into a new folder, which means the version control is now in a different folder, and it's a whole thing. So instead, what I'm going to do is, now that I've made a copy of it, I'm going to launch 5.7. And then we're going to be bombarded with advertising. Yeah, there's our advertising. Yeah, so here you could say, right, you could do open a copy or convert in place. Why do you have 10 versions of Unreal installed? I have every version of Unreal installed. I don't have 10. I have 5.0 to 5.7 because I just haven't uninstalled them. Would you like to download the from the Unreal? Oh, right, it needs the. Right, I need all of those plugins. Shit. Okay, hold on. Bro has 50 terabytes chilling. No. Down here. These are my drives. A lot of this is cache from video editing. At one point, it was like here, and I didn't even notice. And then I cleared the cache and it removed like a terabyte of stuff from the caching of all the videos I'm making, like editing. But this is where it lives. So yeah, like another 1.3 terabytes remaining. And this is like, I just need to back things up. This is also where I have a bunch of all the videos that I edited go here. I just need to back things up and I'll clean it up. It's not a big deal. I have plenty of room. Okay, I need the links. The best way to get the links is where's Easy Game UI? By going here, go in the documentation, and then going to, where is it? Game credits, benchmarking, save, no options, pause, main, global. Wait. Am I blind? Is it under benchmarking? It's not under benchmarking, right? We're never going into the benchmarking. Oh, it's probably under options menu, isn't it? Yep, there it is. And we go here because it freaking has links to everything and instructions. Ah, but it doesn't have 5.7 yet. Okay, so we don't update. There's no 5.7 version yet. Do the other ones have a 5.7 version? You have 186 gigabytes unallocated on your 2 terabytes, so yours worse than me. Go clean up your stuff. Because message was about as long as yours, so you read 50 terabytes on screen and went crazy for a second checking your 50 gigabyte message. It's like, how am I so dumb that you press Teen Synergy? Oh, like unallocated entirely, not unused. Ah. Now I understand what you meant. Yeah, this is still up to 5.6, so we cannot update yet to 5.7. Oh, hey, Intel has updated to 5.7. Hey, AMD and Nvidia, get your ass in gear. Where's the 5.7 version? Once we have those, yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, so we don't update just yet. Oh yeah, so I have. I wish you can't even click and reorder this. Right, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Intel has time to burn, not selling much. There's no sword. There's nothing. It's such garbage. And look at this. This is such a pain in the ass to use. By the way, there's an alternative one that occasionally gets update. It's called Asset Manager Studio. I pulled this up a few times on stream. It's this. You can order by modified date. You can order by engine. You can order by name and your favorites. So I have. I need to. Oh god, this is 5.7 now. Okay, let me. So this is why I made the backup. Just go ahead and. Go ahead and just put everything back where it was. Saved package intermediate drive cache. We're not deleting or not removing. Everything else is going to go away. Paste. But basically, this is this allows you to kind of organize a little bit by setting favorites. You can just right click and just do favorite. You can order by engine or by name, search, and then you can have here are all the assets, and here you can actually sort by version. So you have 5.5 to 5.7 because they're on the latest version. You can search by date modified, who got the latest updates. If you need to know like what's been updated recently. I don't know why these are up here. This is 5.4. I don't know why they're. Are they 5.4? I guess not very. Oh, there's 5.5 there. Huh. Okay, well, not everything here is working perfectly, but it's sure how a lot better. You can also sort by like only fab, marketplace, and then there you go. You can do Unreal 5x. It only goes up to 5.5, unfortunately. So it's not perfect. It's not like been updated perfectly. But things are better here in terms of organization as well. So if I went to characters and creatures, I get more options here than I do in the actual launcher. So if I go to here, scroll, and then go category, characters, creatures.
Are you pausing for it? Are you pausing for it?
It's Thanksgiving, and it's not, although there's already Christmas stuff up at places. So see, here in Fab's own thing, I only get 3 things under characters, creatures. Oh, there's another characters, creature. Sorry. There's a different one. So now we have more, but there's a toolkit here. And then advanced locomotion system. That's not a creature or anything. Although I have it here as well. So like, but at least this one doesn't have duplicates. Right. So it's a little better. It's not perfect, but it's better. And then there's your engines, and then there's the vault. So if you want to, you can see I currently have 168 gigabytes of stuff in the vault, which basically I've downloaded it and I have it on my hard drive. So like here I can look and see like, okay, let me just sort by size and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't need this one, which is 17 gigabytes. And go ahead and just right click and can delete from Vault. And I'll just clean it up. So it's nice. It's not the most updated thing, but you know, it's nice. Have you guys ever had a black line behind your Unreal character? No? You can just tails, shadows, stays on the ground in Unreal while moving? It takes a picture of it or decal of the shadow and repeats it while moving? Are you sure you just don't have the decal sideways so it looks like it's a very thin line? Instead of like where it's supposed to be? Here. Okay. Diversion says nothing has changed, so theoretically now. Why does it say 5.7? Switch Unreal version 5.6. We're gonna be fine. Is it we're back? You follow sunlight straight. It's not a decal itself, but the character shadows. I mean, it's hard to say what's going on without seeing it. I'll be honest. Leaves a lightning bolt shadow behind. It could have a custom shadow pass, depending on how if you got an asset from somewhere or set it up yourself. Making sure that everything still works. Also gonna that was me. Look, Ma. No mouse. Why is it not loading? Come on. They're so much faster when the package build. Although I did just update Dungeon Architect. I don't know if things what changed. It's not exactly known for posting updates. See. I had escape. Oh, found it. It's not in an update section. It's just scroll till you find it. Fixed theme editor and theme editor mode were not spawning. Theme editor mode errors while packaging the project have been fixed. Okay. Apparently there were some errors with packaging that were fixed, which is cool. Thankfully, I didn't run into those issues. Can we have this run now, please? There we go. Okay. We good? Seems like we're good. Yep, we got the mini map. That works. Okay. And then I want to try this video? Upscaling my method. I want to see stats, union graph. So stat FPS. Right, we're at 70. It's hard to tell. I think we're occasionally touching 80. So I think we're like mid 70s. I don't think this will work in this mode. And if I did balanced. Not even here it works. 90 to 100 FPS. So it works even here. Okay. If we went with ultra performance, that's like the lowest quality, right? 90 to 100. You could see the, like, you could definitely see the quality thing. I mean, I guess in my case, it's not going to be that big of an improvement because it's not going to be making that many frames. I don't know if like the AI upscaling DLSS and all of those, I don't know if they try to upscale up to a certain amount, because my original frame rate was good. So I am curious, right? Because it went up a very little amount, even on full performance mode. I was hoping to see like 5x. Well, it works. Boink. Okay. Things are working. We're fine. We're back to normal. Okay. I think it's back to normal. Turn off all of those things. As I mentioned earlier when we were testing it, now I want to, that was me, by the way. Now I want to make it so when we go into the actual dungeon, I want to see my deck and everything else. So what's the best way of doing that? Because currently I have collected cards. Collected cards, nice. But I want to see more stuff. So let's open this up. Okay. Yeah, sure, we can put it here. Okay. So So when you have the collection, I guess you just do. So this is the I guess currently collected cards. Then we have the discarded non-chosen cards. Then we have cards remaining in deck. And then I mean, I could have something like burned cards or something, which would be when you don't choose them in the shop. So discarded non-chosen cards can appear in the shop, but after they appear in the shop, they will never appear again. So if you don't buy them from the shop, they end up disappearing forever. So maybe it'll be like burned cards, because these can appear in the shop. So with that in mind, what's the best way of doing this? We could do a tab system. Yeah, this is per run. Yeah. All of this is when you're in a dungeon. All of these. So this is all your currently collected cards in that run. What cards have you not chosen, discarded? What cards are remaining in your deck in that run? And which cards are no longer option to be collected at all? So right now we just have the meta items here. Which is your total, but it really doesn't even need to be here. There's no reason for you to see the meta collection in the dungeon. Once you're outside the dungeon, it kind of makes sense, but in the dungeon, we can remove this. Right, we have the category name. And then on the right, kind of at the end here, we have the dungeon currency. So that's kind of what we have going on right now. And then the cards, of course, just take up this entire area. Cards. All right, so that's our current setup. If we want to show all of these, the most I'd want to divide it to is a 2. And I think because the most I want to divide it to is 2, we should maybe do a tab system where you have a set of categories. You could have a category that has a category name. That's fine. But it'd almost be nice to have like maybe an icon. And maybe when you click the icon, it somehow expands. That would be a little tough to do. At least I don't know how to do that from the get-go. We could go with just icons in general. That'd be nice to do. Yeah, it'd be nice to do. I don't know how I do that though. I'll be honest. A modular tab? How so? What I'd want is like, right, is it gets bigger and it pushes things away. And when you select the next one, this one shrinks in and the other one expands. Like that would be like a nice visual thing, but I think for now, we'll just do icons. And what we can do is, for now, is we can put the text of whatever it is in the background as like a little quick, like a, it'll just say what it is, just like this in the background, like low opacity. It runs on a bool. If it's true, it's icon plus text. If it's false, it's just no. To swap between one and the other is simple. But the animation I don't know how to do, because the problem is always the freaking auto align and like all of that stuff, and freaking UMG system for like alignment is like the worst. So it's such a headache. If I'll try to set it up. If I figure out how to set it up, I will. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I haven't even started thinking about how to do the text and all that. Yeah. We'll figure that out later. But maybe you do something like this. And then we can have the default be the currently collected cards. The next one could be discarded. Like, I'd rather get it working, and then, you know, all the fancy stuff can come later. And then we'll have the remaining cards in the deck. Or maybe you swap these. Maybe you put this as the second tab. Currently cards collected. Then what is left in the deck. And if you want to see, you can go, what have you do? What's your discarded cards? Just remember you have to set up gameplay ability icons. Oof. Get the free ones. Just use the gameicons.net. It's fine. Placeholders. I don't want burn cards. Right, it's game icons. Yeah. Use game icons. Game-icons.net. Yep. And all of these are last updated May 4th, 2025. So have not been updated for a while. That's fine. Still got 4,000 of them. And you just download them all in one go. Having a link to active abilities and displaying those, as well as buffs/debuffs via gas. Oh, are you talking about things like this thing? Where it show you wanted to show the icon or whatever it is. By the way, speaking of figuring out how something looks, I've been fighting with myself on what I want to do with the cards. With the current card design, because right now, I think these are fine. The ones that have single text is fine. My issue then comes in the ones that are double. Like, for example, homing, piercing, like these. The amount of text I can fit here is very little. Before it gets absolutely tiny. So, on one hand, I'm thinking of, what's it called? I'm thinking of doing a two-sided thing. Where on one side you have the full art, on the other side you have the description, and then you can just do half a card for like melee and ranged if there's multiple, or you just put it all in one. And it'd be like nice large text. Stacking above doesn't look good either. Then it becomes a very thin thing. It just doesn't look good. It looks better this way, but that doesn't fix the problem of how much fits. So I was thinking of maybe doing a stack them one above the other, like two separate cards. No, so I also the reason why I say no is because I also want these as physical cards potentially. And if I want to print them as physical cards, I don't know if I want to have one card design on the back, like almost like a deck of cards, and only have all the information on one side, or if I want to have the art on one side and the description on the other. Yes, IRL print. Because I think it would be cool once I get these, like actually pay someone to make actual art for them. I'm thinking of also then going and having them actually, you know, be printed, because I think like if I ever do a Kickstarter, I think that would be a really cool thing to have as a goal, or if I ever do a collector's, I don't know, whatever, or just for myself. I think it'll be cool to have like as memorabilia. So maybe I do two-sided, but then a folded or no. Folded cards, I definitely want it to be a card. Like a regular, like Magic the Gathering type, you know, just card. The only thing that I need to figure out is, do I want it to be all information on one side of the card and the back is just an art piece, this like a back of a card, like Magic the Gathering and all that? Or I'm fine with it being tiny text on one side. Magic the Gathering has a lot of tiny text. It does. Or Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah. It does. The third option that I just thought of now is it could have this version, and right now I can right click or whatever button I think B, and get this information, which tells you the information of these. I mean, it tells you what a sackable is, what a weapon is, right? Maybe I also do like a zoom in button. I don't know if I have enough buttons for that, but maybe I have another button that just overlays the information just over the entire card, so you can read it more if you need bigger text. Maybe we do that. You have a toggle that switches between melee / range, but I don't know if you'll do that for IRL. No, it doesn't work for switching because in any run you can have both melee and ranged. So there are abilities that give you basically ranged attacks, right? Like the one that returns enemy projectiles. Missile Mirror, basic attacks reflect enemy projectiles back, dealing % enemy damage. This stacks with the projectile versions of the abilities. Even if you have a melee weapon and triggering it, you'll then have homing for these attacks, which is really cool. Which is why you have to have both the melee and the range version. The other solution is to separate the effects entirely. I don't want to separate the effects entirely, personally. Like I want to avoid that. Because you can equip a different weapon mid-run, and I don't want to make it so... if you picked a melee weapon originally and you're going to a ranged weapon, now your power-up just doesn't do anything. You wasted the power-up, basically. I don't think that feels good. I could have it swapped to a different version that now only does that, but... like, I could have like a melee and ranged version, as you say, and then when you equip a ranged weapon, then it swaps, but then it won't work for things like the... right, it won't work for... where's it again? Missile Mirror, for example, if you have a melee weapon. I don't know. It's something I've been like trying to... it's been running through my head that I don't know what the best course of action is. I haven't kind of made up my mind on it. Because some languages are just longer. Like, I found that, right, Brazilian Portuguese is just a longer language. I don't remember, do I have... we did do the localization here, didn't we? Right, so for these, for all of these, it's fine. But let's see. But you can see there are more text on these. Oh yeah, like here. This one doesn't fit. This one's broken. Well, that's because I haven't made it auto adjust to Brazilian. It's only adjusting based off the English version. So, like, these clearly are taking more space. They might have to do a singular health. You might have to do a singular health bar at the top of the screen for an active enemy, because wholly having to display multiple buffs, debuffs will be a pain in the ass on a tiny health bar. I'm doing like a little health bar with all those buffs and debuffs above enemies' heads, but it's just a little icon that appears. In my case, it's just a little square with a color for now. Yeah. And you can see where the problem is, yeah. Based on the language, it doesn't fit so good. I don't know. It's kind of food for thought for me. I haven't made up my mind yet. on what the hell to do. Ba, 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 ba. Then you're doing a square icons for active abilities, 45 degree squares for passive effects, and circle icons for debuffs, for buffs and debuffs on the action bar. Why are you changing the shape of them? Have buffs or debuffs appear on the enemy health bar. Why are you different shapes? You should be able to just see it from the icon. The shape shouldn't. I don't think it's needed. A lot of times games, if you're like want to show buffs and debuffs, they'll appear on different sides. The buffs will start from the left going right, and then debuffs will go from right going left, for example. But also, how do you do a singular health bar on the top of the screen when you have multiple enemies? At that point, I wouldn't want the health bar. I'd only want a health bar at that point for bosses. Otherwise, it just becomes a mess, I feel like. If you're constantly swapping and then, how do you remember which one? If you hit someone and then blinked and he moved, how do you remember which one has the lower health bar? The top of the health bar just falls apart, right? Where's the word collection? If you put in the enemy health bar, then it could potentially have 30 icons. I think the problem is the fact that you want to put 30 icons. Is this not the same one? Am I the right one? I think if you have 30 buffs or debuffs on an enemy, you're that's broken already. Because you want to only show the player things that they should be keeping track of. Okay, that is the right one. And as a player, if I see that on a mob, I'm not gonna have a good time. Why is that not undoable? Okay, let's do that. Like, at that point, like, if I need to keep track of, like, okay, when does my X thing go down, so I keep track of like when to reapply X thing, then I need to be able to see it. And if there's 30 icons, I'm not seeing it. There's no way. It's just that. Like, at that point, that's too much information for the player point of view. If a player should not see 30. The player should see only things that matter to the player. You have 14 damage types that have a unique status effects already. Okay, they can have unique status effects, but that doesn't mean they have to have icons. Why would they have... That's 14 damage types. It doesn't matter. You could do any kind of type of damage. Why would there be an icon? You don't need an icon for that. Cool, they did fire damage. So... So, like, if you want to show that they're burning, don't put an icon on top of their head. Visually make it so they look like they're burning. Like the character looks on fire. Don't have an icon. You don't need it. And then you could obviously tell it's the burning. Like, unless that is like a... You need to keep track of it because it's like, okay, you need to make sure you're keeping it up. And like that's part of the gameplay loop, then sure, but I don't think that's that kind of game. From everything you've told me. There's some status effects that can be visual, like stun, rooted, frozen, can be visual effect. Some of them can be visual, yep. Visual is the best. Things that, like, if you could do visual for all the effects, that is ideal. Obviously. You could have a icon as well. But yeah, visual is king. Like things that I would want an icon for example, is not things like, as you mentioned, frozen or rooted or things like that. That should be visual. I'd want an icon over their head if I put an aura down on the ground and they walk into the aura, or they leave an aura, or not even the ground. There's a radius thing. I want to know when they enter the radius and leave that radius. That is the time when I want that icon appearing. If they're burning, I just want to see them burning. If they're frozen, I want to see them frozen. But that's one that I need to actually keep track of as a player. If I don't need to keep track of it, I don't need to see it. Effectively. Like, as an icon, type thing. Curse can be a floating skull or something. Exactly. Yeah. You're getting it. I think for mine, I only have 2 effects, and they both have a little icon over their head. But that's because I don't have visual effects really, except the frozen one does. But the other ones don't right now. You need to establish a visual identity for these things? No, you don't. You're way too early to establish visual anything. Get the gameplay working. The visual, like figuring out what it's supposed to look like, is way down the line. Way, way, way down the line. All right. Make a game with cubes. How is this, say, collection? Where does the word collection come here? Where's that happen from? I'm confused. Yeah, I just created an add to it. Wait, is it this? Oh, why was this hidden? God damn it. That's why. Freaking visibility was off. In editor. You might have to step into a state tree AI very soon for one of the status effects affects enemy visual range. You're going to fake it by just having the AI not attack and just wander aimlessly for a duration. And blinded status effects. So like something like that, I'd potentially want to see over their head. Or like I'd want to see like a very obvious visual thing like over their head or something like that. That could be a good like icon where like, okay, I see over their head, they have that. Okay, cool. That they've been implied. Yeah, that's a good one to have over their head. If I was a player, I'm like immediately, okay. Got it, he's got it. Next one. Oh, that's vertical box. Oops. That's the. Oh, it's because. Okay, I see. Wrap with a horizontal box. And here comes the. I hate the UMG so much. Like, I just want this button to be exactly a certain size. Like, it has an image size here, but why is it do this? Is it because this is no. I want it to be however wide it needs to be. It doesn't have like a width that's locked to. It could be the full width. Auto. Does both have to be filled? Like, I hate this system so much. To this day, I don't understand it. I want both of these together, aligned in the center. Just keep it in the center. It's all I ask. With the button to being a square, because it is 32 by 32. That's all I want. But this autofill thing to this day, I don't understand. Because auto puts them on the left, which I don't want. I can have it fill centered in the horizontal. But the button is still not a... Why is the button not a square? Those icons on the left? Where are those locate? What do you mean? These? It's right there, the palette. This is default UI. You can wrap this with a size box. With override. Oh, it's is that one? Hold on. Is this? Is it because it's stretching up and down? Oh, that's why. That's why. It's freaking stretching up and down. Figured out. These are just buttons. Got them. It's because they were freaking filling vertically, so it's ignoring the size. Overlays your best friend, by the way, but that wouldn't fix the problem I was having. Overlays are just empty groups, basically. Yeah, that's okay. I'm terrible with UMG, and it's the whole auto and fill thing to this day just doesn't make any sense, because auto means automatic and fill is the only option, and yet it is not. Auto is not needs to select auto from different options, but fill is the only option. So my brain does not compute. My brain does not compute auto fill when there's only two. I want it to automatically select for the best options based off of what it has. That's what auto means to me. Like, I understand like when it says only request as much room as it needs to based on the widget size, right? But then when we do the other options, right, it will align itself like way on the left or way on the right, and it's a mess. It's a mess. I hate it all. We'll deal with it tomorrow. Hate it all. Deal with it tomorrow. Or we'll do a little bit of PCG stuff for Sunday's video, and then we'll do this tomorrow. So basically goes to the furthest range. Like, I understand in theory, but in practice, what I want to do is something specific. Neither button gives me what I want. And then it's annoying. It's not intuitive from a user or artist point of view. That's the problem. It's not intuitive. You understand how it works now? I mean, congratulations. It's my brain does not work the way that's trying to use it. You find yourself using overlays like a crap ton? What for? Like, what are you using overlays a ton for? Like, they're nice as like a grouping thing, but on top of, besides that, I use like horizontal and vertical boxes for everything usually. Those are my best friends. For organizations, having a movable container. Okay, yeah, so it's like just a group. Yeah. But most times I throw things into horizontal or vertical boxes, because I need things to move this way or this way the more I add. So that's just my go-to. Well, it's been an interesting stream. You wrap your horizontal and vertical boxes and overlays? No, what's the point? Why? Like, does that give you anything? Because you already like offset the horizontal or vertical boxes themselves with padding and whatever else you need. What does the overlay give you? And if you're using a canvas, you can still you have the pivot the same way. less jarring to move around things and slot things easier to find. Oh, so it's just a usability thing for you. Okay, so it's no actual like practical use change. It's just a like organization thing. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of PCG tomorrow, and then we'll do this. We'll set this up. I think I had the idea just today, and already we're doing it. That's how much I think this idea is important. So that, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.